she always hate. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She says she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the best to say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this will be incomplete. Good physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last two plays, both losses. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. And complete here to Carlos Hyde. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll set up to throw from the gun. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 47, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
They'll take over.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On first down, it's Carson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. For the Seahawks and Eagles, you might remember they met up in the wild card round a season ago. It's a night Philly fans could probably stand to forget. Carson Wentz exited early after just 4 passes thrown, and Josh McCown had 40 years of age brought in, but the Seahawks, they were too tough as they slugged out a 17-9 victory. And that'll set them back 5. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
7 yards.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Again, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. Wilson. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They go screen pass to Hyde. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll toss it out to Carson. Bust through the tackle, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He's brought down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Metallic, and he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the gun, it's Hurts. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A 43-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone, if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count.
And now look at him go. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll It'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
4 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Darrell Taylor in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
At the 29-yard line.
This is Carson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Ball carrier.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Now here's Here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. With it is Jackson. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This into the end zone. Back just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Anytime that ball comes to me, I'm trying to take it to the...
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter. I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half. We'll see if they do just that. First down throw complete downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Shaquille Griffin.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 35.
35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
There's the ball carrier.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Another run here with Sanders. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing. And as a player, that means an awful lot.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
On the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Eagles 13. Seahawks.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to... Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
His throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 3rd down, Carson, and he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Michael Dixon.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Here's Jackson. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
That's out to the left and complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. KJ Wright, the one who shot in there to get him down. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Eagles 13, Seahawks nothing.
Burt sets up to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just outside his own goal line. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He gives it off to Carson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. And here we go. Hey, check right 57, right 57.
Throwing again, Wilson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay.
Bring in the second string.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
7-yard line.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Once again with Sanders. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
And goal.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll roll him out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They run for it with Carson. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
On the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
My 50, my 50. What we got? What we got? What we got?
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Philadelphia, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.